I hate spamming it, but when I have to turn it off and then on again, but I think this should do the trick. Everything seems to be a little quicker and healthier on my end. Anomaly detected, but I am live on both. So we just gotta fix this anomaly detected issue on the game, and then we should be good. So let me know if everything's sounding and looking okay, other than the fact that I'm closing the app that I'm playing. And do some chat while we wait for it to load up, because that's what we're all wanting to do, right? Watch a game load. Alright, so, oh gosh, I just closed something that I didn't mean to close. Anyways, today's war, I can actually show you some of that war, because the other alliance is not a full alliance, so I don't feel like I am violating anyone's defenses or throwing away anyone's strategy if I show anything from that. Because again, they're not actually a full and competitive alliance. I believe they are the empty end of a shell, or at least a half shell or something like that. I'm not positive exactly how it works, but anyways, another anomaly detected. What is going on here? Let's try this. Close this and then reopen it here. Don't really know what's going on. BlueStack's just crashing. I guess Strikeforce just crashing. Do I have it open on my phone or something? Is someone else playing on my account? Let me know if you are playing on my account. And I would say, why are you doing this? And if you are, could you, and you're spending money, please spend your money instead of my money, and I'll just open up the account to a great new surprise. That would be fun. Set up your credit card. It would be cool, real cool. But don't actually do that. Don't hack my account to give me free money. All right, getting some messages there. Okay, so hopefully this loads well this time. Just taking a look, making sure everything's good on my end. Ooh, cutting it close. And X-Men there, perfectly done. So yeah, I'll be glad to show you guys some war gameplay if you guys are wanting to see some war gameplay. I can't show you any Ultima 7 because Ultima 7 is shut down and locked out right now, so I also can't show you Ultima 6 because I'm at the end of the lane. I've finished off the, well, my side has finished off the raid and I have nowhere to go. I can show you some beta raid if you guys want. I don't know how much energy I have. I can definitely show you any arena or blitz, and I will be glad to do any Dark Dimension 1 or Dark Dimension 2 stuff that I can. And I'm definitely doing my Dark Dimension 3 once this game decides that it wants to, you know, open up. There we go. It is open. It is open. There we go, guys. It has happened. It has finally come true. Our dreams have arrived. We can actually play the game. Let's just check supplies. Don't want to crash right away the moment I touch a button, so let's figure out what buttons, how the buttons are responding, you know? Gotta get the feeling of how they're responding first. Perfect. Let me press this button here. Forgot to press that. Gotta press it 3 times to make it work, apparently. There we go, that's working. Now I can see things. There we go. Carrying on. Everything looks good and healthy on my end, I believe. Now it's just a matter of if I have the sound volume well, which you guys should probably tell me. And if my microphone is working. Did I check to see if my microphone is working? My microphone is indeed working. Ooh, headphones. Good. That could help that. That should fix the volume levels, I think, of the music. I never considered that button. Alright. Alrighty, let's take a look at Arena, see where we are. I am ranked 26 now, apparently. I've only done 1 arena battle today. Let's take a look at what we got. That is a tough team. I think all the teams up here are pretty tough. I don't want anything with Mr. Sinister, so let's just go for number 20 and see how that is going. So today is a nice Tuesday. Normally Tuesdays used to be a pretty busy day for me, but right now there's not much going on. I think in tomorrow, soon actually this weekend, I might be heading out, but I don't want to do it right away. Waiting a couple days. Let the crowds die down first, of course. Let's put this on ×3 and do some arena. There we go. Let's use my ultimate into Black Bolt and just do some damage there. He's pretty tanky, not for nothing. Get some bleed spread out and lose my Captain Marvel already. That's good. This is a team I've just been experimenting with the last 2 days, maybe 3 days. I don't remember when I started with it. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes not so much. Just messing around until I come up with a more permanent plan of what I want to do. Take out Hela there while I can. I used to use Loki and Captain Marvel instead of Symbiote Spidey and Captain Marvel, or Ultron and Symbiote Spidey, so I'm kind of just, those are the outlier characters. Mr. Sinister, Phoenix, and Black Bolt are definites. The others kind of interchange a little, so I'm just changing up which of those I use every once in a while until I get something I really like using all the time. Good to test things out, I suppose. Earlier today I went against some team and should have had a win, but the thing glitched out on me, which was unfortunate. Their Black Bolt ulted on turn 1 without any energy givers, and I don't know how that could possibly happen, but it did. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Black Bolt, can you finish off this Dark Phoenix? Yes, you can. So now I'm apparently trying to stun someone that has immunity. We all know that works great. Alright, now my other Dark Phoenix will use the ult. And now I can put this on auto. And finish this off and get a nice victory here. Perfect, you got 2 Phoenixes left, a Symbiote Spidey and a Black Bolt. When I get my Symbiote Spidey up to 6 stars, that'll be even better because he is actually 6 red. So every star level on him is huge. He's 5 stars right now, but I can get that 6 red for him when I get another star, basically. Got all my daily objectives. Alright, doesn't look like there's many people here yet, so I'll hold off on my Dark Dimension 3 for a few more minutes. And then when everyone comes on by, I will definitely get into the Dark Dimension 3. So what should I do for now? So if you are there in the chat and it's just not showing any, if the viewer number is just off, say hello, let me know how you're doing, and we can get into some other things. Well, let's do a beta raid node for now. I think I'm in the bio lane, so I can use my symbiotes a bit, and that should be some fun. See how they do on this biotech lane. %. Also still just testing the strength of the stream, see what's going on my end. Because that was weird earlier. It took me a while to get live where it would actually function, and then the game would just crash. Like I couldn't get live on YouTube at all. It took me like 4 tries. And when it went live, which was good, the game just started crashing repetitively. So here we are. You guys are there. Thank you for sticking it out to get to this point. Hopefully it's going to be a good, fun day like they've been so far. Yesterday was a pretty awesome day. Got hit with an awesome raid by Vash. 42 people came over and raided, and we had a lot of fun near the end of the stream. Spoke to some Italian actually, which was pretty cool. So far all of these streams for me have been a lot of fun. And I've heard that you guys have been enjoying it as well, which is pretty awesome. After next after bridge. I don't think we're attacking either of those. But I haven't checked in a while, to be honest. There we go. So you can see the symbiotes definitely do really well on beta raid. They're a lot of fun. They can tear through things pretty quick. And they're very sustainable, especially the symbiotes. My Peter Parker, not as much. But even that, the healing is still pretty good on those. Didn't heal there, even though it should have procced. Not sure why it didn't. There we go. Another node down on my bio lane in on my beta raid. There we go, bio lane and beta raid. Perfectly fine. So far I've like 7th in damage. Wow, a lot of people doing pretty good. Able to get some quick damage fast. Not sure how that, and as you can see, it shows me 10 energy. Oh, I guess I do have 10 more energy. Not sure what I was looking at. I thought I only had 10 energy. So if you are out there, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming by. Just gonna do another. Okay, I really gotta figure out what's going on with that. I just gonna do another quick node there. Apparently I'm not, because Thor is taking that node. So ignore the fact that I'm doing a node, because I'm clearly not. I guess I'm gonna do a quick blitz battle, and then I'm gonna get into some Dark Dimension 3. How does that sound, guys? Who do I want? I didn't even start my rotation, really. Oops. Let's go back to the beginning and pretend I didn't even try to. Let's go with, on this team right here, with my mercenaries. They are not very built up, but they will be in the future, after the Black Order, because I gotta get the bio gear for Cull, and then I'm gonna use some bio gear on Carnage, and obviously all the orange bio gear is going on my Symbiote Spidey right now. And my Black Order is just a bit of a higher priority than the mercenaries, so they're pretty low right now. Alright, let's do it like this right there. That should be fine. Put this on auto. Probably will be fine. Oh, that worked well. Oh, he just revived. That's good. Good chunk of offense ups. Let's see how it goes. Nice. Got a stun. Right. Okay. Not too great. Hey there. Welcome to the stream. How's it going there, Sean? I really got to figure out what the heck's going on with my viewer number. Glad to have you here. Gonna be getting into Dark Dimension 3 right after this. There we go. Took out 1, took out 2, took out 3. Gonna take out 4 here. Let's see. Blind, and that's good. That's how things are supposed to work. There we go. Took that team down. Started off my blitz rotation there. And now I can go and do my Dark Dimension 3. As it looks like the game is functioning, which is a huge part of doing something like Dark Dimension 3. If the game doesn't work, you're not going to make much progress. Do I find Sniper as a better option as the 5th? It depends on who you're considering as the other options. There is a lot to it. Technically, I consider Sniper the 2nd worst option of the reasonable options, but I have Sniper in my Blitz team, but I don't have him on War. So it really does depend. What are your possible options? And I will discuss through it with like that. Because for me, I'm not going to use Killmonger because my Killmonger is on my Wakandans. And my Wakandans are really big. For instance, last war they got me 4 defensive victories. Few people know actually how to take on the Wakandans. A lot of people talk a lot of trash about them, but few people actually know what to do when they see them in war. And mine are big and strong, so I keep Killmonger there. Korath, I used to have on a team I called Godsbane. However, that team right now is not working for me, so I took Korath off of that team intentionally so that I wouldn't be tempted to use Godsbane, because it had failed each of its last 9 attacks. So between Merc Sniper Korath or Sniper 6 red, that's a good question. I'd say if it's a 6 red versus a 3 red, you might want to go the Merc Sniper on that point. They both work very well, but you can find other teams for Korath. You can't find other teams for Merc Sniper. So that's another thing to consider. I'm using Korath because my Korath is bigger than my Merc Sniper. In war, at least, I use Korath instead of Merc Sniper because he's bigger, and I don't have another team that I can really put him on that he's needed on. So I figured it was best of both worlds if I put Korath on the team in War, and then I have Korath on the other team in Blitz because it works fine in Blitz, and for War and Blitz I put Merc Sniper. So if with a 6 red, I'd go with Merc Sniper. Alright, now let's see, what on earth am I doing here? Am I going to get a heal block from this? I am going to try. I do get a heal block from that. That is great. Now I can use my special here. I've noticed basically whenever I do anything in this, my regular Phoenix, her abilities all are on cooldown every single time I go in here. And I don't think they're supposed to be, but I'll take it. Got 2 buffs there, so let's might as well here use that ult. Alright, let's use the basic here to clear that. No need to spread that right now, I'll do that next turn. After my Phoenix dies, perfect, now I will use my heals. Gonna use this special there, another character is down. There's no one about to taunt, which is great. Perfect, Captain Marvel attacks Greg. Hey there, welcome there, Edward, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired, a little thirsty, but I got a drink here, and I'm excited to do the stream. So thank you for coming by. I hope you're doing well as well. Especially in these times. Most of the world is opening up and such, and things seem to be getting a lot better, but doesn't mean that there's not hardships going around, so I hope you all are doing well. Let's use that ult. I was really hoping that would finish off the Captain Marvel. I could summon here, but I really want to make sure she dies first, so I'm going to use that basic, actually. Perfect. Finish the job, at least. And they can just keep all targeting my Greg. That would be fantastic. I'll try and add you if you want a PvP. Awesome. I'd be glad to right after this Dark Dimension 3 battle. There's not a lot of other things to do today, admittedly, since Ultima 7 is locked out. So PvP would be fantastic. I could use that, but there's really no reason. I'll just work on doing some damage here to Star-Lord. So I'll be glad to do as much PvP as people want to do today, do some matchup testing if people want, or just regular old PvP. What's my major in school? I am in medical school. So my major is doctoring. That is definitely not the proper way of saying that. I'm in medical school here in Rome. I am studying to be a doctor, and once I am got my, I guess what would be the American equivalent of a general practitioner's degree, I will be working on becoming a psychiatrist. So medicine and surgery. Technically the term is master in a single cycle in medicine and surgery. Oh, there goes my Hela in one hit. That was pretty painful. I think that was a pretty good attack, though. Do you need my player ID? I'm not sure how recently it posted. I try to get it to post in my chat every once in a while. But if you don't have the player ID, I can post it in there for you. Check the activity feed. Also, I was told to mention this by a friend of mine every once in a while. If you are on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. It gets more viewership. Yeah, that's not the right word. Viewability. It makes it more visible. That's the word. Visibility on YouTube if people like the stream. So feel free to leave a like. If you're on Twitch, make sure to follow. I was told to always say that so people know. Hey there, welcome and sup. I am just finished off my DD3 and I forgot to check on some stuff on that, but I'm typing in which I did. I really need to change that so it doesn't accidentally. Sometimes when I try and enter things like this here, which shows my player ID for people to see and so they can add me, I accidentally type the thing to switch to my first screen. I gotta fix that. But yeah, that is my player ID. If you are interested and you want to add me as a contact, you may use that number, 5526264, and we can do some PvP or some matchup testing or some regular battles. I'm just going to quickly check actually how much damage I did on Dark Dimension 3 there, because I didn't already. And I'm kind of curious, because I really want these T4 ability materials that I just noticed were there. I did 3.8 million damage today. So I did 3 million the first day, 4.2 the second, and 3.8 the third. Not too bad. Not too bad. So that is about half of it done in 3 days, it looks like. So by the end of this week, I will have finished off a second node, which is pretty great. I think that'll be like almost 9 days for 2 nodes. I'm happy with that. Inbox, there we go. Received a contact request. I will gladly accept that. Now, before I do a PvP challenge, I'm just going to check roughly the size of the roster difference, just to see if I'm going to do something, if I'm going to go full up. You're bigger than me, so I will definitely, you will have a T14 tomorrow Punisher. Very nice. A lot of people like Punisher because he's pretty quick to bring in, and a lot of people have him built up. So awesome. Congratulations on that. I hope you're excited for him and you enjoy him. I should click this challenge button. That's how things work. So if anyone wants to do PvP, let me know. If there's something specific you're wanting to test, like in a matchup, I will be glad to make that happen too for you guys. Can't show you much raids because there's not much raids to be done for me today. First ban, we got him. This is a different roster than normal. Let me take a look at this. What do I think of an Ultron nerf? You mean you think that they, do I think that they should nerf Ultron? Or that they've kind of already nerfed Ultron? Because there's 2 opinions on that. So let me know what you think and then I can answer that a little better. Okay, so you have a really different proportioned roster here than what I'm used to. Okay, so I'm gonna ban Colossus. That's, oh, you're saying what do I that they nerfed him with the Red Star rework. I think Ultron is still a really powerful character, and I would be surprised if he doesn't get some Red Stars in the future, possibly Dark Dimension 4, so in a long time from now. So I would say he's never going to be truly gone from the meta. Now, you need big Red Stars to really make him completely replaceable. What on earth am I planning on doing with this? Let's get rid of that Red Skull. I don't want to deal with an 80k Red Skull. I don't really know if you'd plan on using him, but I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, my Ultron is tier 14. He wasn't really a great choice for Dark Dimension 3. I just wanted a big Ultron. And he still does his job in pretty much any game mode I put him on, so I'm still content with that. But I do think they'll do something with him in the future to get him Red Stars like the way they just did Ultimates. So I just picked the character I shouldn't have picked yet, but hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. And I have no idea what team. Yeah, there's a Hela. Thought I was going to be missing my Hela now. Oh well. To be fair, I was going to pick Hela this second round, but I just did pick the wrong character first. And a Loki and a Hela. Very interesting. Alright, let me click Mr. Sinister here. And because he was mentioned, let me get an Ultron over here. He will probably be banned. Am I going to replace Ultron with Symbiote Spider-Man? For what mode? Because in most modes where I use them, they are actually, they coexist very well. So it depends on what you're talking about here. Is it my turn? It's not my turn, right? No, it's not. Okay, there's a Minerva. Dark Dimension 3. Oh, yes. If I get my Symbiote Spider-Man built up in time, my Symbiote Spidey will definitely take his spot. I'm thinking the next one I'm going to be able to get is actually going to be Proxima Midnight. It sounds crazy because I don't even have all the purple gear, but I just realized I have literally all of the orange gear needed to bring her immediately to tier 14 except one superior unique. So once I get that purple gear, I could bring Proxima Midnight up. So it's really whoever gets there first at this point. And what on earth am I going to do with this weird combination of stuff going on? Let's get me a nice little Shuri. Let's get me a nice little Captain Marvel. Captain Marvels are a nice character. Now let's see what you do. I have, okay, let's see. I have 4 already for DD3. Ultron, BB, Hela, Phoenix. I have enough skill materials for Punisher. The problem is I don't use Punisher for any other game mode. Feels like a waste of resources. Definitely don't bring Punisher if you don't use him elsewhere. There are better options. I wouldn't go based on what you find the cheapest. Just go on what you find you'll use. A mix of that and there's some characters that are really good for this game mode. So you can, or at least pretty good. You try and find someone like that, and that will help you. Help a very long way on getting there, more so than something like that. I would almost recommend someone that can actually help you survive, like a Colossus or a Yo-Yo. With the team you have there, you also don't have any city characters, so Symbiote Spider-Man is a great choice. And Shuri. What about Shuri? The fact that I just picked Shuri? Shuri's a good character. I'm not really sure what the question is with Shuri. Let me reject this Hela. Sorry guys, there is with all streams, there's a bit of a delay with chat. So sometimes it's hard to figure out what your messages are referring to, what I said, because it's about 30 seconds and I don't have that exact of a timer in my brain to figure it out. Sorry, gotta click someone. Carnage. Let's go Carnage. This is going to be an interesting setup. There's a Minerva. A bit of a different team that I'm going against here than normal. Shouldn't be much of an issue. I have a plan. It's okay. The context definitely helps. And pick Shuri, I did. There we go. We were thinking on the same wavelength. It's completely fine. Alright, so you got that Nick Fury I was looking at that I wasn't a big fan of. He is now in here. I got that. Alright. So I think I'm going to clone that Minerva. What do you guys think? Think Minerva's the right choice? You think there's someone else I should clone? Don't have a lot of damage coming, but that Fury is going to be pretty big, so... Oh, I could have picked a Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo would have been a good choice. Right, that's who I should have picked. You brought some food for your Carnage? Thank you. With that type, that size, I'm not sure it's going to be much food, though. I'm going to go a little different here. See how this works out. Let's use this special. Never mind, let's back off for a second. That'll be fine. Try and get something that I can... Okay, there we go. Got a defense down. That's good. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that too. I will take your Minerva, please. Thank you. Get some health back on my team. Get a heal block over here. And that'll also get through the deflect. And in stealth, right. Should have thought about that, but I didn't. Well, let's do this. Some damage overall, clear all of those. Can't use that alt, that would be a waste of an alt. Use this special though. Now I think that this right there is game. Probably. At least, probably. No more revives. That Fury is still dangerous, but I'm feeling pretty confident about this. Thank you. You've got to always be careful of Mr. Sinister. He can ruin your entire match in one turn. Now let's heal myself back up to full. Everyone's alive, so no need to do any revives or anything. special there. Yep, this is definitely game over. There we go. Good game, good game. I'm quite happy with that one. I think that went pretty well. Pretty similar power and a big damage gap. Yeah, I think that went well. Good team. I like that team I ended up with. I built up my Carnage a bit recently to give not to give myself an advantage in PvP, but it ended up giving me like one more person I can pick, and that helped me quite a bit in PvP. People kind of overlook him, and it works pretty well in the end, especially if I get a symbiote Spidey. A lot of my big characters do some debuffs, so I can definitely do some damage like that. So if anyone else wants to do any PvP or any matchup testing, let me know and I will be glad to do that. You can again add me. My player ID is 5526264. And to make my good friend Strider, the guy that actually designs my logo, and Mr. Free to Play's logo. If you guys have seen Mr. Free to Play MSF, if you know who he is, have you seen his new logo? Again, this was designed by the same guy, Strider. He keeps telling me to remember to say, make sure to like this if you're on YouTube and follow if you're on Twitch. So I said it again, and hopefully that improves the visibility or something. Well, following is good because that actually gets me closer to having a chance to get bits on Twitch, and apparently bits are good, so that's a good thing. I wasn't going to waste time summoning. I forget how good some characters are that I haven't built up yet. That was fun, thanks. It was fun for me too. Glad to do it. You have a very interesting and unique roster, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. That could have gone very differently. What time is it in Italy? It's 10:40. Yeah, but I wasn't positive how that was going to go, so I thought that team would work well, but you never know. Yeah, it's 10:40 p.m. here. I start streaming every day my time 10 p.m. and finish at 11 p.m. So I do that because I'm awake still. It's not too late, too far after dinner time here, and I know Eastern time people are awake, and California people are awake. Overall, most people around the world are awake at this point, so it just seems like a decent time to do it, even if it's a little late for me. Alright, so I think it's probably fine for me to go check that. Yeah, 3:30 p.m. there. That's 7 hours behind, so you would be Central Time. That is a time zone I used to live in. Nebula. People talking about Nebula. Do you guys want to see some war against an alliance that's less than half full? Yeah, war defense build. Yeah, I could tell you have a pretty... a nice way to say it would be annoying to go against war defense. That used to be what I was fully. Now, because I do mostly content, that's I build my roster for content. What I tend to do is build everyone to a degree or another, and then occasionally pick someone to really build up like I did my Black Bolt. War, okay, let's do some war. Normally I don't like doing war live on stream out of respect for the other alliances, but this alliance, let me just take a quick looky here just to show you guys opponents. We have... Actually, there's more people than I thought. There's 22 members of this alliance, but there are a lot of shield teams throughout, so they're not really treating it with the most respect. Or not that. Not to me. That didn't come out right. They're not really hard to strategize against, as in we have a shield officer there, we have a shield officer that's there, we have a shield officer over here. So it doesn't really impact how you would attack the other team. So I don't find it to be unethical, basically. Okay, so we have default shield teams here. That's not really something I should be attacking. Throw my massive Inhumans at this. Let me take a look to see if there's something else we've been partially attacking. No, we haven't. We got General Kenobi over here. Do we have anything in the bridge? Yeah, there's not much for me to actually attack here, guys. Sorry about that. I really thought there would have been. I can send a quick message to my alliance if there's anything they want me to take. Well, I can. I mean, I'm the leader, but they're paying more attention to it at this point. Is there anything you guys want me to hit that isn't a default shield? They may not actually be a shell alliance. I'm thinking this alliance might be a retirement alliance. They are called daily raids and donations, which is at bare minimum, I don't think they do much war. So yeah, I sent them a message. It's not even trying. Yeah, they're not doing much against us. It doesn't look like they're planning on doing anything. So we'll probably end up with a free full clear. So that's that. I'll go do an arena battle real quick while I wait for an answer. And I'll pop back over here to see what's going on. How are you all doing, by the way, guys? I see a lot of you guys here that are pretty much YouTube regulars that I haven't actually had a chance to see on any of the streams so far, or many of them. So it's great to see you guys here. Thank you so much for your support and coming by videos and streams. It makes a huge difference and it means a lot. So I'm really thankful for you guys. Oh gosh, what can I see here? That doesn't look fun. See, when I click this button, my goal is for something more fun to show up. Well, okay, so that's fun. Not attacking this. I don't want to deal with Mr. Sinister, Black Bolt. That's just not fun. Let's go for number 17, see what happens. While I wait to see if anyone has anything. Bridge or reactor is fine. Hit anyone if I need to go to bed. I don't need to go to bed. I'm just streaming. I mean, it is 11, so I technically should be getting to bed within an hour after the stream ends. But I'm fine. I'd be fine. Let's reopen all the rooms free for all. Kind of. Alright, let's just use my ultimate here. That's fine. Oh, I thought that would kill him. Okay, let's just use this special here to do some damage. Fortunately, it does a bunch of damage to Phoenix, which I don't really want to be doing. But my Phoenix died. This is just a weird little matchup here. Black Bolt, that's your job to kill off the person that drops below that health point, but that's fine. If you don't feel like doing it, you don't have to, I guess. I mean, it would be really helpful, but whatever. Let me go use this special here. Goodbye, Ultron. Let me go do that. That should... Apparently not. I was hoping it would finish off the Black Bolt. Okay, I'm down to one Dark Phoenix. And I don't want their Dark Phoenix to ult. So we're just going to use this basic here. Didn't go back. I was hoping that would return. And rewound my turn meter on my Black Bolt. That was just unfortunate on the timing. Oh well. Oh well. Consider they may have just an excuse. Oh well. That did not go particularly well. But you live and you learn. So they said I can take whatever I want, basically. Which I guess I could have done anyways. I am technically the leader, but I thought I'd ask if they had any plans, because I'm not really reading all the messages right now. So let's take a look at this bridge. Not a whole lot there. Let's take a look at this reactor. Not a whole lot there. Let's go bridge. Let's take something on the bridge. Let's do this. Yeah, let's use this team. That seems fair. 100k punch down. I'm sure it can win. Don't have many better options of things to attack, things to do. So might as well do it for you guys here. The question, I guess, is will an Ant-Man Wasp Black Order hybrid be able to punch down 100k against hand? I'm gonna probably assume the answer is yes, but I technically can't prove it yet. Probably can't. Actually, I've probably done it in Blitz. Actually, no, I haven't. I don't use this team in Blitz like this. There we go. Get some offense down. Nice little basic here. I'm not even paying attention to who I'm targeting. Probably should. Alright. Okay, now they have defense up. Let me just use this. Alright, let me just use my ultimate. Oops, knocked something over here. That's good. Stun Electro? Why not? Perfect. That's a good amount of damage. Basic there. Finishes the job. Let's use the ultimate. Well, that's going to kill Electra, no matter who I target. That's the basic there. The special. Stun Nobu. And ultimate. There we go. That got the job done. I think my Thanos alone might have been able to do that, actually. But whatever. No big deal. Okay, guys. All you guys still here in the chat hanging out. Have you guys been here for my last few days of story time? I've been telling a lot of stories, mostly about the fact that I am blind. Have you guys been here for those? Will I be getting Ma? That is something I can show you exactly where I am. Yes, the answer is yes, I will be getting Ebony Ma. Definitely. If I have some ridiculous RNG, I will be getting a 6-star Ma. Will I likely be getting that? No. Is it possible? Yes. As you may or may not know, I have not spent money on this game in over a year. And I think the grand total amount of money I've spent on this game is about $70. So I'm not going to buy any characters to make a 6-star happen, which I would need Karnak. I wish it would be Yo-Yo, but Yo-Yo's not farmable, as you guys know. But I have a 6-star Black Bolt, 7-star Miss Marvel, 7-star Quake, enough shards for a... I'll explain that in a second. 6 stars, ready, eligible Crystal, and 5 stars on Karnak. As you can see here, I am 130 shards away from 6 stars, which would get me a 6-star unlock, but I am already ready for the 5-star unlock. So with some good RNG, I can make it happen. By good RNG, I mean some crazy RNG, especially on that double drop day. Have some cores saved up that I can use. I won't spend money on it because, well, first, I don't really have money, so I can't really do that. It's hard to spend money you don't have. So yeah, there's that. Unless people want to give me the money to buy it, which I don't think people should, but you know, they really want to see a 6-star Maw, I guess they can. That I'm likely to end up with a 5-star Maw as the time goes. Did I just say that I'm blind? Yes, technically it's a figure of speech. I'm not technically blind. I am just, I have really bad eyesight in a lot of ways. I can barely distinguish color at some points. It depends on what objects, of course, and I have a general sense of color. I'm not colorblind, but for instance, when I was young, I could barely tell the difference. I can't tell the difference between lemons and oranges to this day, really, if it's not a very bright orange. If it is a faded orange and someone asked me if it's an orange or a lemon, I may not know. So my sister used to take advantage of this and would always hand me slices of lemon or lemons and say, "Here, I know you love oranges, have this orange." And then I would take a big bite out of it and she would laugh. And then the next time we'd go to a restaurant, she would hand me a lemon and I would eat it again because I'm very trusting and I can't really see well enough to distinguish between an orange and a lemon. White Scarf definitely has made fun of me from this in the past. She sent me a picture of a lemon and asked if this would be a good orange, and I had to ask my mom whether it was an orange or a lemon. I also basically, when I first got glasses or contacts, my dad didn't understand that I needed them. I found this out when I went for a physical for baseball. They're like, yeah, you really need to get some contacts or glasses. You have horrible eyesight. Basically, I could only read one of like the 6 lines I was supposed to read on that eye test sheet. And so then I got some contacts, but on the way to the contact store, we're like driving, and my dad's like, can you read that sign? I'm like, no. Can you read that license plate? No. Can you read that stop sign? No. You've been driving and you can't see. Wait, was I even driving? Maybe. I don't know if I was driving yet. So I'm going to say probably not. But you've been playing baseball and you can't see. How can you do any of this stuff if you literally can't see? I'm like, I didn't realize I couldn't see until now. I just thought this was normal. But so I got contacts and I went to go play baseball. And the first month was almost impossible because everything was, I could see the baseball coming at my face, and actually took me like a month or so to adjust to actually being able to see what was going on, and it was crazy. But the story I told yesterday was about the time I dropped these glasses to the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. Basically, I was dumb. I was on a boat with White Scarf, actually, and we were going to shore, and I jumped into the water and didn't realize how deep it was, and remember I was wearing my glasses, and so I got in the water and the glasses fell off my face, bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. So I was panic snorkeling, trying to find these glasses, and when we found them, I was determined to go get them. So do you know how much strength and energy and you still have after like probably 30 minutes of panic snorkeling, to go dive down to the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea to pick up glasses? Let's put it this way. When you get down there, the pressure's so much, you can barely actually pull yourself any lower. But I did manage to get it, and I came up, and I'm on my way up. I'm like, I don't know if I can make it all the way up there. But I barely made it back up. So yeah, basically this was a whole series of stories I've been telling lately in my little story time. And I have another story for today, which is not related to my fantastic eyesight, but let me just check because I've got a few messages here. I will be barely getting a 5 using the course of iCall so that I do not have to wait until next week for Empowered Thanos. Getting 5. Fair enough. Technically, the calendar is off, unless they change the timing for the Ebony Maw event, which they could have. The calendar came almost a week early from what I can tell. So Call Obsidian technically might be unlockable before Maw. Let me take a quick look at that, because maybe they just changed the date. I don't remember what it has here. So Ebony Maw's event, they're starting it in 6 days, and Cull's Blitz starts Thursday. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess you would want, that's a good way to do it, to make sure that you get Cull Obsidian before Ebony Maw. Alright, so awesome. Congrats on saving the cores that you can do this. That's awesome. I don't have enough cores to buy a character and still be able to do other things. Wow, I'm pretty sure that was in response to my blindness and the stories. So wow indeed. And the next event is in September. Yes, that was what they had stated was their planned event, but who knows what they do, and who knows what legendaries may be added in the future, or anything that's going to go on between now and then. But yes, the current plan is that the next event will be in September, and the next Black Bolt will be late August. So a lot of people will probably be getting Ebony Maw the second time through, because they'll have a lot of time. Okay, so because there's not much to do in-game today, I'm going to end off with one final story, and then I'll probably send anyone here that's on Twitch to whoever else is streaming. I don't really know who else is streaming. I'll look into that, but I've got one final story for you guys today. I rushed through all the other stories. Those are quick little recaps. If you ever want to hear any of those in more detail, I'll be glad to share those. But story time is a little fun for me, and again, I got very little I can do in game. Unless you guys have questions or want to see anything, which you can let me know. One final story. Have a good night. So my final story was the time where White Scarf and I went to New York. See, I've been to New York many, many times. White Scarf has only ever been one time, and that was with me and my dad. And we went to this little Airbnb, and this is the story of how they terrified White Scarf. in like 5 minutes in the US. We get to the Airbnb and we actually meet the person who's hosting it, and he left like a long letter. No DD3 streaming. I did DD3 earlier today, or earlier in the stream, about 40 minutes ago now. Sorry about that, but I'll be doing DD3 again tomorrow in about 23 hours from now. If you want to see some of that, I can show you my progress. But anyways, we get to the Airbnb and we get, there's a letter, a long letter, basically explaining the whole political situation of the hotel union associating with another strong family-oriented organization in the area, which is, if you've been to New York, if you're from New York, you know that means mafia. And they're trying to make sure Airbnb goes out of business. So if anyone comes there saying that they're inspecting it, don't trust them, don't open the door and say that you're just friends with me, or you don't want to know what will happen. So basically we were in New York for like 20 minutes before we got warned about the mafia, and then next thing you know, like probably 20 minutes later, we actually get a knock on the door and we're like freaking out, what's going on? Why do we have to knock on the door right after being warned about the mafia? It turned out it was actually the owner just reiterating, hey guys, like, you're just my friend. Don't mention this is an Airbnb because you don't want to deal with the people that will show up and talk to that. So that is the story of how White Scarf was in New York for 20 minutes before getting terrified to death. Alright, so I'm on the second node. I have spent 3 days on the first node. I finished that and started this on that third day. So this was my 5th day of Dark Dimension 3. So far I have Black Bolt, Mr. Sinister, Ultron, Hela, and Phoenix. My Ultron will be replaced by either Proxima Midnight or Symbiote Spider-Man, depending who I get gear for first. I also have a few other characters not too far behind. Probably a Minerva maybe on the way-ish. Maybe an Ebony Maw. I need some more superior uniques for when he comes out. So it's going to be changing as time goes on. But right now I got Black Bolt, Mr. Sinister, Ultron, Hela, and Phoenix. I did a pretty decent amount of damage at about 3.8 million damage today. Killed a few characters, and it's in a pretty decent spot for tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, the day after, I should be making some pretty good progress. I think I'm going to finish this node in the next 2 or 3 days to be able to go on to the next node. So overall, my plan is for Cosmic, I'm going to be going with Black Bolt and Hela as my starting bit. Eventually I want to get a Minerva and an Ebony Maw in there, but that might take a fair bit of time. For City, my first character will be Symbiote Spidey. Then I'm going to work on a Ghost Rider and then a Carnage, or a Carnage and then a Ghost Rider, depending on where I get the uniques first. That will be my City, and my global team, which currently is Mr. Sinister, Ultron, and Phoenix. I am intending to add a Yo-Yo to the mix as my first other global, and I don't really have any other plans yet. I think it'll just be evolving as we go along. I also am adding a Proxima Midnight to the Cosmic. I forgot to mention that, I think. But yeah, that is my Dark Dimension 3 team and what I got, and that's the progress I had. I stream every single day, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 10 p.m. my time here in Rome, for 1 hour, roughly speaking. Unless I mention ahead of time where I will be streaming at a different time, or maybe I miss a day every once in a while, but the goal is doing daily. I will be missing June 3rd. I've already made an agreement for that, and it's looking like Saturday I might be doing an earlier stream than this, but I will let you guys know ahead of time and find a way to spread the word on that. Thank you all so much for coming out and hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, with Ultima 7 closed down, there's not a whole lot to do in the game, and the other alliance is not doing much in war, so not a lot to do for me to show you guys, but I had a lot of fun anyways. So I'm just taking a look to see who is streaming, this where I can send you guys, and I am actually not familiar with any one of them other than myself. So I don't really have anyone that I can send you to because, well, I don't know them, so I don't want to send you to someone and such without me knowing them. So thank you guys so much. Have a good night. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button. If you're on Twitch, give me a follow, and YouTube, subscribe and such, and anything you guys want to do. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you